Hey guys, Matty Miller with Pursuit Real Estate. Hope you're doing well. Doing a quick home video today, talking a little bit about rental pricing and rental trends here in the Jacksonville area as the sales market has kind of slowed down. Not kind of, it has. We're seeing houses sit on the market. There's a lot of reasons why people are looking to rent their homes. However, we are seeing some interesting trends that could affect you. So if you're looking at the rental market and interested, we're going to discuss a few key factors of what you need to take into consideration here in this video. All right, guys. So a few things that we're looking at when we're talking about the rental market. We've had a lot of properties sitting on the market for a little while as far as rentals are concerned. A lot of our owners are calling us and a couple of other agents in our office who are also working in the property management saying, hey, why are we not renting this? Are we overpriced? What is the situation? Well, a couple of things that we want to take into consideration is as the sales market has slowed down, there's been a lot of people with super low interest rates that they've had that 2.5 under sub 3 interest rate. They have turned to renting their property because they can't sell it, but they also want to hold on to that interest rate and keep their equity that they've created, which is totally fine. However, what that has come with is an abundance of rental property on the market. So I'm going to show you a few things. And the hardest part about kind of getting the temperature of the rental market is because we don't actually keep really any historical data on the rental market. So you can kind of only see what's on the market currently, but Zillow, does happen to track some rental pricing and just some small indicators of what's going on in the market in Jacksonville. So you can kind of see if I were to take, and again, you're going to see some graphics here, but all homes, we're seeing our median rent at $1,685. But what you'll see is the median rent price over time becoming a little seasonal, which is kind of interesting as well. And you've obviously seen it drop from 2024 quite drastically. I mean, at one time in 2024, we were, up at $1,695 for all rental properties, that's including condos, apartments, everything else, which has dropped almost $100. So what is that? Probably a little 6-7% over the course of 2023 to 2024. And then heading into the fall, we're actually pretty close on our rental prices and everything. But what I want to look at is a lot of people that we're calling, into our office are people that have large homes and they want to rent them for $3,000 to $4,000 because they can't sell them. Those properties statistically are very, very, very hard to rent. The average renter is not looking to pay $3,000. So if you look at this price range graphic, you'll find that the most of our rental properties are in that $1,400 to basically $2,200 range. Those properties are going to serve as good rentals. You'll have a lot of people interested in them. If you have a home that is in that higher price range, it will be difficult to rent. It may take up to 60 to 90 days to rent those. We've seen those numbers there. Our current situation is days on market is about 48 days on rentals. So that is another factor, which I don't have a graph for, but I just know that that's the case. And then we look at houses as well, and that's kind of the other determining factor. So if I take houses, once we kind of enter into post-school, houses in Jacksonville tend to fall off and lose their value because people are just not looking to rent as much in the winter time. So you'll see this graph where you see a deep dive, basically once August hits, you'll see it at its peak, and then you'll start to see it slow down. So if you're renting a home during this time of year, you are ultimately going to end up taking less, more than likely. That's what the trends have showed us. How much less? That kind of depends on what you've set, what if you've already listed it at, I guess, at this point. But you will start to see less as you enter in the winter season, and we typically see that kick up in April and March. And that's kind of the peak season. But if you're listing this time of year, you expect that you may take less than somebody who rented it in June or July. And that's just the fact of it. So market temperature, I don't exactly know what this is. I don't exactly know what factors this is taking into, but market temperature is definitely saying cool. And I think that's a Zillow national average. So it says compared to the national average, we're in a very cool market for rentals here in Jacksonville. So we have started to see a lot of people start lowering prices. We've seen a lot of people we got apartment complexes that's something we don't have data on either. And I'm sure I could probably do some digging on that, but we've seen a lot of apartment complexes start to give away no security deposit, first month's free, 2 months free. I've even seen signs out in front of apartment complexes, and if you're comparing, you got a small house and you're comparing with somebody who wants to be in an apartment, hey, if somebody's going to take 2 months free rent at $1,800 a month, they're saving $3,600 to stay in a 3-2 apartment or a 2-2 apartment. Or if you're a condo, that's a tough market as well. Condos are really, really struggling to be rented right now because there is so much more apartment complexes that have been built recently that are looking for people. So condos are very tough to rent. Actually, we did first month's free rent on a condo just last month, because largely the difference for the renter, and this makes perfect sense, to a renter, whether it's a condo or an apartment, doesn't really matter. To them, it's the same thing. It's a multi-unit building, and what's the monthly cost? So maybe condos have a little bit more amenities, but overall, not typically in today's world. So we are starting to see a cooling off in the rental market. But if you guys have any further questions about that, or you have any questions about, hey, I have this property, I want to rent it, what do you think I can reasonably do? I'm kind of a give you the worst case scenario kind of guy when it comes to estimates. And if we can get better than that, fantastic. I'll always kind of give you the bottom dollar rather than the top. I'd rather, what's the term? Overpromise and underdeliver. I don't want to do that. I'd rather underpromise and overdeliver. So if you guys have any questions about that, let me know. Matty Miller, Pursuit Real Estate. Thanks for watching and have a great day.